Welcome back to the channel. I'm Professor Lars, and this is a special edition of Hitting the Wall. So, when I was in college, I went to Concord College in Athens, West Virginia, now Concord University. It's where I am now full-time faculty teaching multimedia studies. My friends and I got together and decided to do a NASCAR show where we covered Winston Cup. At the time, it was still Winston Cup, Craftsman Truck Series, and Busch Grand National, which eventually turned to the Busch Series, and then the Xfinity Series, and on and on and on. So anyhow, one of the great things that we got to do during the summer of 1999 is we went to a Craftsman Truck Series race at Bristol. Well, you're thinking, so what? Why would that be such a great thing? Well, through the university, we were able to get press passes. So we were in the pits, talking to drivers, talking to owners, got to see a lot of great things, a lot of interesting things. I had never seen a race from that side of the pits. You're going to see Winston Cup owners such as Jack Roush and Joe Gibbs. They were there at the time supporting their drivers. Of course, a lot of Winston Cup owners were Truck Series owners. The Truck Series was kind of in its infancy, and they got the old Winston Cup owners to start up truck teams. You're going to see drivers such as Greg Biffle and a very young Kevin Harvick just starting out his career in one of the big three series. Please keep in mind that we were young. We were still trying to figure this deal out. I didn't know how to talk on camera. I've gotten a little bit better over the years, at least I hope I have. But I didn't know how to talk. I was pretty good at shooting and editing. But please be gentle in the comments if you're commenting on this. We were just figuring this deal out. But without further ado, here is our trip to Bristol Motor Speedway in the summer of 1999.
NASCAR fans, welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway. That's right, Bristol Motor Speedway behind me. In about 2.5, 3 short hours will be the winner of the Coca-Cola 200 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Of course, I am Eric Lester, and right here, no introduction needed for the host, Larry Mars.
How you doing, Eric? This is a great racetrack right here. It's half mile.
Sorry, Larry.
36 degrees of banking in the turns. Just a great track to come here, a little bumping and grinding all through the race, and the winner will end up in there. No matter how good his truck looks, if he wins the race, crosses the finish line first, he'll end up there.
This is the track where rivalries are born and shown. People put people in the wall all the time, and it can be dismissed very easily as just short track racing. Now, we got in here pretty luckily in the pits, and I got to admit, it's a great experience. My first time in the pits, and hopefully we're going to be bringing you driver interviews all day. I already talked to Mike Wallace today, and I hope seeing Ron Hornaday, going to be getting a word with him, Jack Sprague, and lots of others. And of course, we'll bring you everything from right in here as soon as the Coca-Cola 200 is done with. And Victory Lane is the place to be.
Starting second today for the Coca-Cola Family 200, how do you feel your chances are for the race?
Well, I feel we got a real solid chance to win the event. You know, we qualified second there on the front row. Biggest thing is to move on the first lap, try to get to the bottom of the racetrack. The preferred grooves on the bottom here. We got a few adjustments in the truck. It's really only a 200-lap race, so it's not that long, but it's critical enough. You got to take care of your tires the first part and then go for the win at the end.
Usually ends up being a little bit of a lot of rags crashing on this track. How do you feel it's going to take to avoid those?
Well, hopefully we can start up front and stay up front. As long as you're up front, normally you won't get in somebody else's incident. Not saying you can't get in a wreck, you know, from lapping cars or trucks or whatever, you know, in that event, but, you know, I think we'll be fine.
2 victories this year already. How do you feel your chances for the rest of the season?
Well, you know, we got an own personal goal to win in 5 to 6 races, so somewhere along the line I need to step it up and win 3 to 4 more, so hopefully we can start it here at Bristol.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you feel it's going to take to come out victorious in this race tonight?
Well, Bristol's awful tough. You got to keep the truck in one piece and keep the fenders on it and try to stay out of trouble. And if you can do that and you've got a good truck, you can have a shot at winning. But the GMAC Chevrolet's running really well, and we ran second here last year, and it'd be good to get it this year.
1 victory this year. How do you see the rest of the season playing out for you?
Well, the guys are doing a great job. The truck's running well, and anything short of the championship would be a disappointment.
Beat Hornaday?
Oh, yeah, we can beat Hornaday. That's not a problem.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Along with the Coca-Cola 200 truck race, the Goodies Dash Series is going to be hosting an event, kind of a doubleheader of racing at Bristol Motor Speedway, Larry. And on the pole behind me is the MB&A America Chevrolet, driven by a name that you might know, and it's Gibbs. That's right, Joe Gibbs' son, Corey Gibbs, will be driving this car here tonight. He sits on the pole, and he's got a good chance, Larry.
Yeah, he really does. It's a 100-lap event. It'll cause a little bit of problem for the Craftsman trucks because of the compound of the tires, because they use Hoosier tires instead of Goodyears, but still a doubleheader. People are in for some great racing tonight. It's going to be some great racing. We watched these guys qualify earlier, and man, they were flying. Gibbs here took the pole at 120 miles an hour. The NASCAR pole time is 124, so only about 4 miles an hour slower. Yeah, it's going to be a competitive race, and we'll hope to get you victory lane as well as interview some drivers and some race highlights coming up throughout the show. That's right, and these 32 degrees of banking really help in the speed. They keep the car low to the ground, trying to not wad up the car, because believe me, you hit a bump or somebody bumps you or anything, you're going around. And of course, the banking is steep, and the preferred line is the low line, because that's where everybody's going to be wanting to find. And of course, we'll see a little bumping and banging and some cars in the wall before the night's done.
I'm with Corey Gibbs, pole sitter for tonight's first race. How do you feel your chances are for this?
Pretty good. I mean, we got the test here, which is most people don't get the test here. My brother rented the track. We got to come out here and run a little bit. It was a lot colder when we went out there, but I think we got a pretty good race package there. We worked on it all day. The hot weather threw us for a little loop, but I think we'll be all right.
Is being on the pole the key to staying out of trouble for the race?
I'd say so, especially at a track like this where you're going to be passing, tight quarters. It's very important.
All right, thank you very much.
The Slim Jim All-Pro Series ready to take the green flag, Larry.
That's right, here at Bristol Motor Speedway, half-mile racetrack, 30-plus degrees of banking. We're going to see some rubbing, and we're going to see some racing.
Corey Gibbs is on the pole, the son of Joe Gibbs, in the number 44 Chevrolet MB&A America. Chevrolet for the Goodies Dash Series, the All-Pro Series.
That's right.
They're coming off the back straightaway now. Pace truck looking to duck in this time, Larry.
Yeah, the lights are off. We're getting ready to go racing here at Bristol.
They're bunching it up. The MB&A Chevrolet leads them down off turn 4. The gas is going, baby. All-Pro Series is over, and it's the number 33 Chevrolet Grease Lightning, the sponsor. Not sure of the drive. We hope to get some comments with him before the night is out. But a 100-lap dash. We had a lot of action in for a couple multi-car wrecks, several cautions, a lot of bumping, a lot of banging, and the 33 Chevrolet Grease Lightning came out on top.
How do you feel about your son's run in this evening's race?
It looked like a typical Bristol to me. That's what happens to us in Winston Cup. Anyway, he qualified on the pole. I told him he got about 95 laps, and guys got turned in front of him. There's nothing you can do about it.
Are you pretty excited about two of your sons involved in motorsports?
Well, it's probably, I guess I'm excited for them, but if I had to take a vote, I probably wouldn't vote them into it, but MB&A's done a good job sponsoring both of them. I appreciate that, and I know that it's something they want to do.
Saturday Night Thunder. One great race over. We got one to go, Larry. But something tells me the pit crews aren't exactly thinking racing.
Well, I don't know if it's the pit crews, but right now we got a Goodyear engineer with some golf clubs, and thinking about tomorrow afternoon when he gets on the golf greens tomorrow. Come on over here, buddy.
That's good public relations. I don't know whether you know it, but in February of this year, Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company bought Sumitomo Rubber Company, which is the Dunlop name.
Oh, okay.
So what's your handicap?
What's my handicap? Let's just say over 15. How's that?
Fair enough. Mine too.
Have a good day, guys.
Behind me is the inspection area for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series trucks. Now, every truck has to go through an inspection process before every race, before qualifying, Larry.
Yeah, they're doing. You can see the pole sitter, Rick Biffle, back there. He's getting weighed right now, making sure the truck is the proper weight. And over here, as you can see, are the NASCAR templates. Now, they put these over the trucks to make sure that everything is right, that is perfectly
symmetrical.
Symmetrical, thank you. And to make sure that they haven't shifted the spoiler any, and it really makes for great competition because they keep everything even.
Yeah, and it appears that Greg Biffle is going through inspection pretty quickly. Passed right through the template area and right under the bar, and now he's off the scale, so it seems that our pole sitter Greg Biffle is going to be right in this race and then passed inspection and on and running the Coca-Cola 200. You're on the pole tonight for the Coca-Cola 200. What's your thoughts on the race?
I'll tell you what, the guys have done a great job here this weekend, and Mike Ranger Ford's running great, and you know, I think Mike Bliss is going to be a good truck to watch too. You know, the 99 XA battery truck. They helped us out qualifying and got us up in the pole with some information, but you know, just try and stay out of trouble. Bristol's a track where stuff happens, and it's hard to avoid, and you know, just try and stay out of trouble and try and stay safe and come out in the top 5. You know, we're hoping for a top 5 finish. You know, we don't need to win here, but the win would be nice, you know, with my owner watching, Jack Roush, tonight, but I'll be happy to come home in the top 5.
Partway through the year, what's your look ahead to the rest of the season?
Well, you know, it started out a lot slower than I expected. You know, we got 4th at Homestead, Florida last year, and going back this year, thought we were going to do better, and 2nd at Phoenix last year, and we got 2 11th place finishes right in a row to start the season. So not what we expected, but you know, we were able to get a 5th in Martinsville and a win in Memphis this year, so first win for us on the Truck Series. So we're excited. We're 5th in points, and we just want to keep building on it and not let that point championship get too far away.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I think we're pretty good. After practice, we ran real good on old tires. We qualified pretty good, and I think we got a good top 5 truck.
The key to staying out of trouble here?
Man, sitting in the pits, I guess, maybe is the key. It's, you know, Bristol, it's real tough. You can be the fastest truck or car here and get involved in a lap car or something. You know, things happen so fast here, you just got to be on top of your game and just be patient and race the racetrack, and then at the end, about 50 laps to go, race hard.
With Roush Racing this year, you're getting comfortable in the seat and learning new things under Roush?
It is. It's probably coming a little bit slower than everybody expected and everybody wanted, you know, even myself, but we're learning a lot together. If we would have won the first race, we probably wouldn't have learned as much as we know now. But we're not too far off from maybe winning a race or finishing top 3 every weekend. You know, we're real close.
Thank you very much. Starting a little in the back of the field, 24th. How do you feel your chances for the race today?
Just like they are all the time in this Craftsman Truck Series. It's a tough series and good competition. We're just going to have to play it by ear, see how our pit strategy goes, and you know, we're pitting on the back straightaway, and there's only a couple guys back there, so it might work out for us and it might not. So we're just going to have to play it by ear. We've got a good truck. The Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet's running good, and we'll do the best we can.
Well, I mean, the main thing here at Bristol is just keep all the fenders on it and see what happens at the end. So we're going to take the quarter cable forward and see what happens there at the end.
It's the best way to stay out of trouble at Bristol.
I don't think there is a good way to stay out of trouble. I mean, we qualified in the front. I think that's about the only thing you can do. So we'll just see what happens.
How's the season going so far, and outlook for the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, we've had a good year so far. Porter Cable guys have done a heck of a job, and we've dug ourselves out of a hole, and hopefully we can continue doing it, but only time will tell.
Thanks.
It's going to be exciting any way you look at it. Yeah, we're all right. The RC Dodge's pretty good. We qualified okay, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be a good race. I mean, anytime you go to Bristol, it's a good race.
In professional wrestling, we call it the main event.
That's right. This right here is what it's all about. The Craftsman Truck Series. You can hardly hear me before I'm going by right now, but we got 200 laps of 38 plus trucks on 30 plus degrees of banking, and we got an honorary starter from the Road Rules MPV.
Greg Biffle sits on the pole. He's going to lead this team down. They'll lead this field down coming out of 1. We got Mike Wallace starting 2nd. Jack Sprague 3rd. Mike Bliss sits 4th. And Kevin Harvick rounds out the top 5. Green flag is in hand. On the back straightaway, the Chevy Silverado Page truck will bring them in just a couple moments. In the turn 3, they sit. Coming off 4, Greg Biffle will have the call. Craig in the number 24 GMAC Chevrolet Silverado takes the checkered flag at the Coca-Cola 200 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. First of all, how would you rate tonight's performance?
Well, Greg and the Ranger truck spun out on lap 1, and of course that made for a real long night. Mike Bliss had a great truck, and we broke an engine, I guess, so we had a long night.
Speaking of long nights, I'm sure you got a big travel itinerary ahead of you tonight.
Yeah, we got to go back to Dover and make our plans to run the Dover 400 tomorrow.
How are things looking for tomorrow?
Pretty good. Mark is third, and Kevin LePage is fifth. Chad Little is about 20th. We're going to be fair. We've got to get Jeff Burton up front without reckoning. He's near the back.
Thanks.
I hope you all have enjoyed this special edition of Hitting the Wall. That was a great summer for us, getting to experience all of that. And you want to know what the best part is? I still have the pass with my Winston Cup Noble credential holder. There's the pass. They spelled my name wrong. Of course they did. Even got this lanyard at that race, the Ford Racing lanyard. So this was great. This is an awesome time that we got to go down there and talk with some of the Winston Cup owners, some of the up-and-coming drivers that would eventually go to the NASCAR Cup Series. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like what I'm doing overall, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We're on a push to 200 subscribers. Yes, I know that's low. We are starting out. We need subscribers. So that's our first goal, 200. We're going to go to 500 next. That'll be the next push. But right now we're trying to get to 200. So if you could, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. And we'll see you in the next video.